Hello everyone, it's me, Robbo Wobbo, and I'm coming at you with my first update video of the channel. Yes, that's right, that's the first one. So I know that people don't like watching updates very much, so I'm gonna keep this brief, I'm gonna keep it short, just kind of tell you what you need to know and kind of what's going on, and we'll be just on our way. The first thing I want to talk about is it's a new year. Whether that's better or worse has yet to be seen. Although the world is a pretty trashy place. It's just that's just gonna always be there, I guess. But last year, despite everything, it was a pretty good year for the channel. And so I want to talk about some of the things that I have planned going into 2021. You know, just a little bit of what's going to happen. You know, I know it's probably in the middle of February by the time this comes out, but honestly, I think this is as good a time as any to really talk about these sorts of things, so let's just go for it. First thing is I might start streaming very soon. It's something I've kind of always wanted to do. I've been in my friends' streams before where we play like 7 Days to Die and like WoW Classic, to name a few different games, but I've always kind of wanted to pursue it myself just because I think it'd be fun. I could get out content a little more fast, and I think it'd be interesting. I could do some reaction stuff. Maybe we can, I don't know, maybe read some bad fan fiction. Obviously fantasy and science fiction related, of course. You know, just streaming in general. So that way I can engage with you guys more often and maybe create some interesting and fun content here on the channel. I don't know, if any one of those sounds interesting to you, then please feel free to leave them in the comments below. The other thing is a few shows coming up. First of which, I'm going to be doing book reviews soon. I like reading. I was an English major. I studied literature. You know, the structure, the narrative stuff, all that good things, yeah. And so I thought it'd be fun to do book reviews. I love reading fantasy and science fiction. It's one of my favorite genres. It's one of the reasons I made the channel, sort of centered around that sort of thing. And I think I can bring something very interesting and different to the table. Who knows? I'm still sort of experimenting with the format of it, but generally I think I can bring something unique that may stand out in the crowd when it comes to reviewing books. One of the things I've been kind of toying around with is maybe even reviewing books from other content creators in general. I look at books like, Shadowversity's Shadow of the Conqueror. I actually own that one. I own the first two of Jeremy, from CinemaSins. He wrote a book, and I'm gonna do something on that, I guess. I think that'd be fun. Yes, he wrote a book. He wrote 2 books, maybe even terrible writing advice. You know, he has a book, so maybe we'll look at that. I don't know, maybe. So, you know, there's a lot of different content on the platform that I think would be interesting to cover. Stuff that I don't see really touched on too much. So, yeah. The next big show that I have coming up is a more laid-back sort of reviewing show. I plan on hosting it with my brother. We're still in the middle of developing it. It's not quite ready yet, but we hope within the next month or so that it gets finished and that we can finalize, you know, the way it's going to look, the way it's going to feel, the pacing, how long the episodes are going to be, sort of what we need to cover. But overall, I think it's going to be a very fun series. We have some very interesting ideas, I think, that'll make it a very entertaining, I'm not really sure, weird maybe? I don't know. Well, I guess you'll have to see. So that's coming up pretty soon. So keep your faces open or something. I don't know. So the next thing I kind of wanted to talk about is doing shorter reviews, anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes in length. So whereas, you know, my current reviews are based solely on the summaries, breaking down points and all that other good stuff, these reviews would be much more concise, be much more straightforward. And I think that overall it may end up being good so I can review more contemporary works and maybe get my thoughts out on those for you. And at the same time, making them very interesting and snappy and punchy and all that other good physical language words and stuff. Speaking of my current reviews, those aren't going away anytime soon. I'm already working on the next 3. I have those lined up, and oh boy, are those going to be something. Ah, man. But the one thing I kind of wanted to focus on is, right now, I like the way the reviews are done. I like that they're thorough. I like the humor. I like the style. And a lot of that's going to stay the same in the new approach that I'm going to be taking, but yeah, they're going to be a lot shorter. Not significantly, but I'm going to try keeping them anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes. I've gotten comments in the past that are just, Robobo, your reviews are too long. I would love to watch them, but they are big boys. They're big old chunky boys. Big boys. I don't mess with that. I do think they have a point. I do think that having reviews that are a little more direct, a little more, dense when it comes to their content might be overall a better thing for the channel. So we're going to test out that with the next few ones and see how that goes. But we'll have to, just pull up our boots and see how that goes. Yeah. So far, that's some of the plans moving forward. I have a few other ideas, but they're still very much in the development phase of like, will that work? Will it not work? Will it be too difficult to do? Is this enough content to work on? Is it varied enough? Those are the sorts of questions I've been asking myself, just trying to see what works, what doesn't. Just generally, approach this YouTube thing with an open heart and spirit of adventure on the tips of my feet as I boldly go forward into this. I don't know what you want to call it. It's a journey. It's a journey. The marathon. I don't know. But I do really appreciate that you're sticking with me through this trip down into YouTube with me. I've only had minor experience on YouTube, so this is still pretty fresh for me. So sometimes I don't always get things right. Sometimes I make mistakes. So I'm happy that you guys are still willing to, kind of rough it out with me while I kind of break this Bronco one sort of step at a time. The last thing I want to talk about is some highlights for the channel. So like I said, 2020 has been a good year for the channel. I really do enjoy making these videos. I have lots of fun making them. I enjoy the process. I like how the workflow is for me. I like recording. I love editing. I love making jokes on the fly, coming up with really funny humor that I think is funny. And I'm genuinely happy that the people who, maybe even in passing, have looked at my reviews and have laughed, even though my humor is weird and out of place. And honestly, I don't even know why I laugh at some of the stuff I do, but I make reviews that I think are funny, and I'm glad that other people are right there with me. Whether they're laughing their guts off or they're just sort of scoffing at like, funny cat go, ah. Right now we have 20 subscribers on the channel as of the making of this video. So that's a big deal. Maybe not for a lot of people, but for me, that's a big deal because the reception has been really positive, and it really is wonderful and heartwarming to see. I guess there are just people out there who think, yeah, hey, that little cat there's funny or something. I'm happy that they're bringing some sort of joy to somebody wherever they are or wherever even you are. So I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I really hope that I can continue to deliver good content that is entertaining just in general. So I don't know what the new year is going to be bringing for us. I hope to maybe do, I don't know, some cool stuff. Maybe we'll do a collab or two. Maybe release a few interesting projects. I don't know. I got a top secret file here, and it's got some good stuff in it. Maybe some stuff that's coming out soon. Who knows? We'll have to see. I'm hoping that you have a much more positive year. I know I'm gonna try to have a much more positive year. This is a big year for me. I'm trying to make a lot of changes in my life, and hopefully for the better. So here's to the new year and to the cool stuff we're gonna be doing on the channel. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm done now. Get out of here. The video's over. Yeah.